is she with me for my shine or is she with me for my grind?
Right.
And I never ever wrote a lyric or picked up a pen thinking about money. Not one of them artists, bro. You can't sit me in a room and get me all the paint in the world and give me 10 blank canvases and I'm not gonna paint on them. My art don't work like that.
Welcome to another episode of The Conversations. This week we are joined by our guest NTT, who's going to talk to us today about his new single, which is called Phuck Boy Cassanova. Got myself, Lauren, aka that girl with the kill.
Jeez.
We've got my co-host, Biggz TV, and we got our guest down below or wherever.
Yes, thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
It's all right. It's all right. What's happening, bro?
I'm good, you know, bro. Let's say I got a lot of pots on the stove right now.
You're an entrepreneur, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You're an entrepreneur.
I had to, bro, man. I had to just get out of where I was and put everything into everything that's of good nature, if you understand what I'm saying. That's the road back, man.
For those of the viewers, listeners that don't know much about you, can you give us a brief intro to what is NTT? Who is NTT?
Okay, that's a very good question. NTT is a raw music artist that will, you know, I might throw an indie tune out there one day and vibe with some rockers. I might bring out a house tune. Music to me is so diverse and so many different types of it. I think it's silly to ever put yourself in one position and say, yes, this is what I do, this is what I'm always going to do, and that's it. Don't get me wrong, if that's what you want to do and it works for you, fair play. But me personally, that's why I like the name Entity. It's like a an independent existence, so entity can be among many things.
Yes.
Okay.
And be of many things, and that's why the name is so fitting. In a nutshell, I was just growing up, I was always close to the guy of the time or whatever. I was always close enough. I was the youngest one in the group at the time. Okay. And I was around some powerful MCs in whatever. Obviously, I'm pretty old school, so when I talk about Stranger and Vader at 7-11 stars on a Saturday, bro.
Jeez.
I was there, you know, one of them ones. I was in that corner, bro. I was asking for the mic from them, man. There, you get me. So it's been a long journey, man. But I think I don't know if that's key. I don't know if it's because you said keep it brief. I'm really trying to keep it brief, but
you can delve into that, bro. Like if you still got lyrics and them old school garage 7-11 bars. You know.
I want to hear tipsy old school bars.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't even think they're worth repeating if I'm totally honest. It was just, if I'm being honest with you, it was them days where it just had to sound good, man. It just had to sound good, like crazy things. Like
it's quick and catchy, and it just
sounded good. And I was learning on the job.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember when I linked up with my cousins, not mentioning no names, but we had a tape. We had one of them Sony multi-things. You had 2 tape decks. You had the 5 CD changer.
Them old school sound systems.
Yes, and there was a mic. There was a mic plug, and you know if you had a mic plug to your stereo, that was it. A set's running. So when I did your garage, we done a whole 90-minute tape, bro. 90-minute TDK just over. I don't smoke the reefer, bro. So
oh my word.
I'm from that era, innit, where we didn't know what Dizzy Rascal looked like. We didn't know what these MCs actually. We didn't know much about them except from the lyrics and the and the beats and all that. Do you get what I'm saying? So in a brief nutshell, I'm just I would say I'm definitely an unfinished article, and I've still got a lot to learn, and I'm just enjoying playing with the craft and learning. I've gone from being that young boy wanting it to be my all and everything, and learning from experiences in life, and having that realization with the music industry, and I call it the Wizard of Oz theory. You know, throughout the whole film, they're gassed to meet the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And in my life, the Wizard of Oz was the music industry.
Right.
Okay.
And you gassed on, and then when you get there and you actually see what's going on, I can't explain how heartbroken I was when I found out that people are paying to be in magazines and
Oh, wow.
paying for PR, and it's not natural. Like, these, don't get me wrong, the magazines do approach people, but like a lot of artists are paying for these PR stunts. It is a very
on a pedestal.
And then coming back to the ends and making it look like, yo, this magazine, why are you lying? It's like
Yeah,
buying a girl.
you don't
It's
feel
like
true to yourself.
all right, then it's like buying a girlfriend, and then you're trying to tell the man then that you met her on Tinder, or you booked her in a dance. You blatantly paid for a flight and you brought her over here, and you know, you paid for it. Just own it, man.
What you say, modern day Pretty Woman?
Bro, if you're on roids, I need to say that you're on roids and you enjoy taking roids. Don't try and blend in with everyone.
That they're on roids, they're not doing it. I got the gym by myself.
But you know what I mean, though, when if you're doing it,
if you're doing it, stay true to yourself. And obviously, I can see that that's if you grew up around a lot of grime artists and, you know, local big talent.
Garage, sorry to cut you there. I'm gonna say garage MCs.
Sorry, I would say garage MCs. Sorry,
I'm from the era of your riders and your Rizla P's and masters of ceremonies.
Man, man. Back to Silk City, you know.
Master of ceremonies, bro. It was around master of
ceremonies. You have to search because sometimes if you got the dial, it's a bit tricky.
Like,
and then you just listen for a bit, and then you're like, is it laptop or is it?
Certain areas couldn't get Silk.
Silk City, man, 107.3, bro.
Jeez.
Was it 0.3 or 0.5?
0.3. 107.3, if I remember. Anyone correct when they watch it?
107.5, isn't that Sting?
I don't know. I wasn't really a Sting fan. I wasn't ever.
I'm not a Sting fan. So I think after Hot 92.
Big up Sting and PCRL though, legends.
100%. 100% in that.
I miss the days of pirate radio, you know, like proper pirate radio, because it's just like, that's how a lot of our generation, we're hearing new music, because not everybody had access to cable or things like that, where, you know, MTV was coming out all the time.
Remember the days when you had to record your tune off the radio,
you know
and quickly press stop before the host starts talking again?
Are you mad? Of course, man.
But the thing, on to another area. So we was briefly talking about videos and stuff. So first of all, I want to ask, when are you going to release a video, or if you're going to release a video for your new single?
I'm in talks. I'm in talks at the minute. With a production team. It's not going to be a video, it'll be a short film.
Okay.
I have to touch on, with that track, it's not about views, it's not about money, it's about delivering a message perfectly to the point where it's having 18 to 25-year-olds like, yo, hold on.
Can we put a pin in that? Can we put a pin in that? Because we're going to come back to that. That was
okay. Yeah, cool. So this, I can't call it a video. I've got to call it a short film.
Okay. So it's like a whole little project, like with the song and then the short film. It's like
the perception of from the perception of a character. When I speak about this character, on the surface, he's someone that's getting in. Probably all got a pinky ring on and all that.
What, like top Gallus and that? Top striker.
The man.
He's the main ass, but he can't help but think in his head when he's with this girl, is she with me for my shine or is she with me for my grind?
Right.
That's two different. I would rather be. Say again, sorry.
No, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. So when I ask that question from the character's point of view, it's like, me personally, I'd rather somebody be with me for my grind, for my work ethic, for my entrepreneurship, for my focus. But I know sometimes, and when I get to a certain point, it would make you think, hold on, is she with me because of the traction that's around me? Or is she with me because of my work ethic and what I actually bring to the table? So the character's having that thought in his head. It's an insecurity of his own, but he doesn't know that he is an avoidant. Now, an avoidant is an attachment behavior.
Yeah.
But this character isn't aware of that. Now, the girl now, I don't want to give too much away, but I've got to kind of keep it in
You
the
saying this
story.
perspective, because what I was gonna say to you is listen to it from a woman's perspective. It's kind of like, I wasn't sure if the lyrics were sort of in an ironic way, or it was sort of like you're taking it from a different angle, like to say, I want you to think about what this is really about, because it's not what it seems.
Yeah, because no, okay. Then my question would be, what does it seem like to you? What do you get from the song before I
When I'm
explain?
listening to it, and I've listened to it quite a few times, because I wanted to like really listen to the lyrics and listen to it out loud and listen to it with earphones.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if I'm hearing it from like as a woman, I'm thinking, so you're displaying all these fuckboy behaviors, but you know that you're a fuckboy. So it's like you're saying that I'm just doing that because I've been played about, I've been fucked over. I know that's how I am, but I'm doing it anyway.
Better safe than sorry, basically. Jay-Z has a lyric when he goes, better heard than me.
So it's like, I know that I'm doing it, and like she knows that I'm doing it. So what's the problem?
So it's like the old school Jay-Z lyric when he says, rather them than me. She don't agree with them. He's not having that. You get what I'm saying? He knows who he is, but he's that way because he fears giving himself to somebody to get hurt. Okay. The main thing is he's scared of getting hurt. The main thing is he's scared of getting hurt, so he's protecting himself. But so they rather mask it with drama. So then they've got an excuse to go and do X, Y, or Z, and then link back up after when the dust is settled. Then go back out X, Y, Z. It's a vicious cycle, isn't it?
So do you feel like this is a personal experience that you have had in your life, or do you think that it's things that you've seen from different people that you've sort of...
It's a collective.
Biggz is looking at me like
it's a good question.
Like, what briefs you wearing?
No, it's a very good...
I don't want you to divulge the business, but I'm just saying, like, if you've had an experience like that.
It's a very good question, and I think I'd be lying if I said that I ain't gone that deep where, you know, some knickers have been found in my house, and it's a bit of my feelings, it's a bit of other people's feelings that I've been around. It's a general collective. It's like I've took a pinch of salt from there, I took some seasoning from there, I've took something from that experience there, and I've mixed it all up in a cauldron. Yeah. So it can actually be, it's very relative. Yeah. People will look and probably be not that deep as a football, but then thought, hold on, okay, then so why have I got this big guard up then? Why have I got this bravado? Why have I got this ego? Is it because it's the way I am, or I'm actually trying to protect myself because I'm scared of somebody doing what I'm doing? Yeah. So it's like at one point in my life, one of my friends, she studied psychology, and she taught me about a book called Attached. Okay. And it teaches you about the 4 behavior patterns. And every single person falls into one of them 4 behavior patterns. And it's to do with how you was treated as a baby. Now, I want to educate everybody that watches that short film on that. So after they've watched that, they start to self-analyze. Okay.
Yeah, and it's that after reflection, and you're thinking, hold on, do I do that?
Do I do that? Why do I do that?
Yeah.
Why am I always running from, like, you get what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah. So would you say that was sort of like the purpose, not the purpose, but that was sort of like the aim that you wanted for this song, to get other people to think about their behaviors?
100%. Is the age group that I'm trying to send this message, well, I'm not trying to, I'm delivering a message to, is, I don't want to say 16, because I do believe 16, I don't know what the average 16, I haven't got I have got a 16-year-old in my life, and they're very, I don't tap into them about relationships and that or anything like that. I let them, I believe when you're 16, live, do your thing, just be careful, yeah? So I'd say 18 to 25, it's a very important part of your life. If I knew the information that I knew now about the attachment behaviors, I would have made greater decisions, and I would have learned a lot more about myself at an early stage. I don't regret anything, because I wouldn't have ended up at this point delivering this message now. Do you get what I'm saying? But I don't think it makes sense in how many people going through these toxic situations and not trying to leave some dimes behind for the people that are coming up these paths to realize, okay, if you're going to go, don't go left or don't go right, but if you go left, this is what you're going to see.
Yeah.
If you go right, this is what you're going to see. If you go straight ahead, this is what you're going to see. There are different routes, but a lot of people have been on every single one of these routes, sometimes all of them. And this is what can happen. So now you're aware. You might even create a whole new route because you saw these routes now and these warnings.
And you've got now it sounds like you've been open to the choice, whereas I suppose for our generation or for like when we were younger,
we're just following a little bit road. We're just following a little yellow bit road.
That's it. And it's sort of a case of, you know, my parents have said do this, or they want me to do this, so I'm going to do that. And then, or if you don't want to do that, you're going to rebel. So it's like, do as you're told or you don't do as you're told. So then if you rebel, that's when most of us would have made those mistakes. But now it's like, our parents are from that era. It's kind of like, do as I say, not as I do, isn't it? So like for our generation, we're more open to the teaching to say, you know what, for the youngers coming up, if like what you said, if you go left, this is what you're going to see. If you go right, this is what you're going to see. But then it's up to them now to make that choice. Like, what do I actually want to see going there? Not, I'm just going to do the opposite of what you tell me to because I'm just going to rebel.
With the video then, the concept for this video, I like the concept. How long will it take you to write a short film that lasts up to 7 minutes? For those that probably want to get into writing, because I know you've done acting previously. How long will it take you to come up with a script?
I don't want it to be scripted.
What?
So
The actors are going to improvise.
Yeah. I've got to speak to the director. I was supposed to call him back earlier, actually. I'm going to phone him back after this.
Yeah.
I want to contact certain acting academies. And when I go to, like, for instance, when I go to acting, like I was supposed to, I tested myself last summer. Ashley Walters, big up Ashley, he's opening a Kingdom Arts in Birmingham before this COVID thing. And I tested myself, I threw myself in the deep end, and they throw you in these situations, and every scenario they threw, like, I am sick at improv. That's my thing. Throw me in a room and let's build a situation.
You're good at thinking fast on your feet.
Yeah. Did you get what I'm saying? And it's not even always thinking fast. Sometimes it's taking time. Find that character. No one says you always have to rush around. Oh my God, why did you do that? The obvious thing to do. You know, one of them ones.
Yeah.
Sometimes say nothing and just look at the floor and don't say nothing. Yeah. Everyone in the room is thinking, what is going on with this guy? You own every person in that room at that moment.
Yeah, for real.
Do you get what I'm saying? So what I want to do, I want to give some up-and-coming actors a great opportunity to shine. The theme of the situation will be there.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be too scripted.
Okay.
I don't want them to be under that kind of pressure. I want it to flow raw, real, kind of just go. Do you get what I'm saying? This is what you do. This is what you do. Use like bump into each other. Let that grow organically now on set. Action.
I like that. I like that stuff. I like that. So
everyone's doing this plan stuff big. Everyone's doing this plan stuff big, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm trying to do my thing separate and different.
And do you feel like that will help you to separate yourself from other people to be more, you know, to distinguish yourself as an artist?
It's not deny. I'm not trying. This is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to distinguish myself as an artist. If I'm honest, Lauren, I do music because I love doing music. I never ever wrote a lyric or picked up a pen thinking about money. Don't get me wrong. I thought about record labels at one point. I wanted to get signed. Obviously,
that's not what drives you.
The Yellow Brick Road, as I said, the Yellow Brick Road. But now, my main focus is other things. But I've got to a point where I do music because I've got a message to deliver.
Okay.
I've been in great positions, big, like last summer, bro. Obviously, you know, I opened Charlie Sloth's first ever Fire in the Park. And that's me being inactive, bro.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I was blessed with an opportunity to open up Fire in the Park, which I did.
How was that experience?
It was good. Obviously, it wasn't packed or nothing. People were just coming in and all that. But I was just thinking to myself, how great is God?
Yeah. That's an amazing opportunity.
That's what I'm saying. I was just thinking, how great is God? I cut my holiday short in Ibiza. My missus was a bit brewing at the time, but then when she realised what was going on, she's like, "Oh, okay, cool. See you later."
How did you get to apply for that?
Okay, so between me and you, big up. I want a special shout out to Big Marvin Herbert. I had an interview with down in Milton Keynes, and me and Marvin just vibed straight away. And then he's like, "You know what, mate? Proper London." He's like, "I like your vibe, mate. Like, you're proper. Like, I like your vibe and that." And he goes, I'm well connected to somebody that you might know really well. And I'm saying, "Oh, you know, when you semi heard it all before, I used to get gassed. Like, I've had interviews with Colin Baster. If you don't, do you know who Colin Baster is? He was in control of a lot of big artists in London. I think now, I think he's H's manager now.
Okay.
So I had an interview with him back in the day, and I remember seeing the same guy that done German Whip coming after me. So when I'm leaving, I'm seeing the guy, I can't remember his name, Meridian Dan. I saw him come in, and the next thing you know, all that, might see man driving it, I saw all that hype come.
Yeah.
And so I've been around some people and things haven't happened. So I started to, whatever I used to get told, I'd cut it by 50%.
Yeah.
Just to keep myself grounded and not get too caught up in the moment in my head.
Yeah, and then you're putting your all into it, and then you
understand. So, so speaking with Marvin, that is like, I'm doing a project now with Charlie Slough, matter of a fact. And I'm like, okay, cool. Then they showed me around the enterprise, and they showed me Charlie's room, and I'm like, okay, this is you know, coronavirus is getting real. You know, one of them ones. I'm like, I hope he's not gassing.
Yeah.
Then it's taking then there was a competition for the record label. You had to do a freestyle, about New Money Records. And obviously
whose label was that?
I think there was a collective. It was a collective. Then there was a guy called Lex. I think Marv was involved, and obviously Charlie was doing his thing anyway.
Yeah.
I think this is when he was going through his transition, leaving One Extra and going over to the Apple thing. And then obviously I did my thing, and I got the call back saying, "Yo, yeah, cool, you're gonna be performing." But me now, because of experiences, bro, I kind of ruined the buzz. As I said, I cut it by 50%. Weren't sure if it was gas. I'm thinking to myself, I'm opening up Charlie Stuff's thing. Like, I'm going to perform at Fire in the Park. Like, it was a bit surreal. So I still booked my holiday with my gal, bro, thinking, yo, this might flop. I'm not entertaining it. So I've gone to Ibiza. Then while I'm over there, man is saying, yo, they need artwork, this and that pattern for the flyer. So I'm like, yo, as I said, coronavirus is getting real. Come back, did it, and yeah, man, I was happy. And then I was supposed to get 10 tracks done for Charlie, and I didn't do it, bro.
Shit, they just said it so cool, calm, collected.
I
didn't do it, bro. And I know enough artists would have died for that opportunity, bro. But you know what it is, and it's not even no disrespect to nobody. I'm not one of them artists, bro. You can't sit me in a room and get me all the paint in the world and give me 10 blank canvases and I'm not gonna paint on them. My art don't work like that. You understand? Like I'm it's not an ego thing at all. It's just how I work. I need to live. I need to experience this. I'm not one of them man that can just pop tunes out like that, bro. I'm not. I'm just definitely not. And I've got tunes sitting there in the library, bro. I've got tracks. I've got tracks sitting there, and I'm gonna have more music coming, but I'm not one of them. I'm releasing thinking, yes, I want this to be a number one. Yes, I want all this gas. Yeah, I'm gonna have Bear Gal in the video doing this. Nah, the vibe I'm coming out with now. If you listen to what I'm saying, it's gonna educate you. If you listen to what I'm saying, it's just gonna make you question things. I'm not gonna go over the top. It's not gonna be like that. What's his name? There was that American rapper, man, that went into this bare deep things. I can't remember his name. It was even on TV at one point. But I'm not gonna go that deep into like what's going on in society and that. I'm not gonna go that deep. But
just going to portray a message for each song you release.
Yeah. And God willing, I'll be blessed with a team around me that will make that more possible.
Okay.
I know a lot of work's gonna be done. What I will say is the short ain't gonna be something that's just gonna pop up randomly really quick. I'd rather make sure I get it right rather than rush it. And I don't know if you agree, but I think it's a track that's semi-timeless.
It's not like a trending topic or whatever. It's a continuation.
Yeah. So, and this is the benefit of not trying to jump on the hype of what's out. So my old manager, we still bigger up one way. We didn't have the best end to our relationship, but she taught me a lot. And she did say, when you make a proper tune, you can release it anytime.
Yeah.
As long as it's put together properly, you can release it anytime. And that stuck with me, because you know that I did this F-Boy thing on Little Baby's Close Friends beat originally.
Yeah, it was a different beat when you originally made it.
All right then. And I remember someone come up to me that I respected and said, listen, don't waste them lyrics there on someone else's beat. Okay. And I thought, let me just take it off. So
do you feel like when NTT as a musician gets bigger, you'd like to put more people on? Say, would it be people from Birmingham or London, or does it not matter to you? Is talent just talent?
Okay. As mad as it's gonna sound, talent isn't enough, bro. It's your vibe with it. You could be the most talented person that I know. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot.
Truth.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I bumped into a young producer. For instance, big shout out Young Des. You probably see this interview whenever. He's actually an 17-year-old young Toronto producer that made that beat.
That made Phuck Boy Cassanova.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I want to do now, as I said, is learn about directing. I want to be part. I'm going to co-direct
your short film.
Yeah. And then I'm going to do the Michael Jackson thing at the end, where it turns to the back of the camera and you see me and the director directing or working on. And if you know, you know. It's not about me. This is what I'm saying. I've already done the tune and I've done the lyrics. I don't need to. Don't get me wrong. If I feel like doing a video, I'm being up in the video. The music that I release after that, I will have a video where I'm actually in it. But I think the audience is spoiled rotten. They're all like spoiled brats. They're used to quick music, quick videos, microwave generation, fam.
Yes, it's a lot of like. There's not as like, if you think when we were younger, I suppose it was all about the video, I think, and everyone was sort of waiting to see, like, I'm trying to think of like the latest Missy Elliott video, because she always had some kind of crazy videos that everyone was looking for.
All right then. But even sicker than that, Lauren, I'm from the era where you had to make the video up in your head.
Even that.
There weren't a video for it. You rather had to just imagine like what it would be like. There's some tunes out there that ain't got
part 2, part 3. So Phuck Boy Cassanova video, I feel like that could be a big thing, you know. Is that going to be anytime soon or later on in the year?
To be honest with you, bro, until I've had a conversation with the guy from the media producer, I can't speak of any time length at the minute. To be honest with you, I think what I'm gonna do though. And I'm going to give the link exclusively to you guys first. My engineer's working on it. I think I'll get it tomorrow. I want to do a competition for female MCs to join that situation.
Okay. To do like a reply.
Yeah.
Right.
I know what I want to hear.
Right. Okay.
And was that like you do like an old school Roxanne?
It's just like I just want to hear where somebody can take that.
All right, so who would be, from the top of your head, who would be the coldest female artist to jump on Phuck Boy Cassanova for a reply?
Wow. Right now?
Yeah. UK
in the whole world or UK?
No, just UK based.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not that easy, you know, because what I've realized, unfortunately, and forgive me if there's female conscious rappers out there in the UK, a lot of y'all are on crud.
Yeah, they are.
So it would be good to just hear some crud comeback, to be honest. I think that's what I'll probably hear more than anything. It's like,
is that what you would want to hear?
Not really. Nah. I want somebody to hit it. I don't want to give the clue out. I know what I'm gonna hear.
Yeah. You know what? You know where you're going with it, but it's not crud.
And I don't mind crud as long as it's creative crud, and you can make me understand the angle you're coming from.
Okay.
Who am I to say anything? I'm just more. Go on.
I think from London, I would like to hear Lioness as a female rapper, and from Birmingham, I would like to hear Maya Remy. I think those two, the way they can rap.
Yeah, she's cold.
Phuck Boy Cassanova.
It's her voice. It's her voice. Maya Remy's voice. She's got one of the. It's a difficult one. I heard some chat the other day about like the rankings of the female artists, and I think it's very close. It's very close. No one's in no Lewis Hamilton position. Actually,
it's really sad that we have to say that, because I have to agree and say that there's not someone that's, you know.
No, but here, what I'm going to tell you who that person is.
Leisha.
Lady Leisha. Lady Leisha.
Before you go then, give the people them your socials where they can find you.
Socials at NTT Music. That's NTTMUSIK. That's the same on everything. I wouldn't really follow me on Twitter. I just have little Kanye rant moments. I think I just go on there for little rants every now and then, you know, and start up little trouble with you and Guillaume and whatnot. I think
I need to say this out loud. Where can I go? Twitter.
Well, then again, Lauren,
it's just a little output sometimes. It's just a little output.
It's there, but I don't use it that much. I just go on there to be nosy, or like if something's trending, like.
Which has become very bitter, but sometimes you can.
It has its moment.
Yeah, you can have some funny moments on there, man. I just remember old school Twitter where Biggz, do you remember when I don't know if you was online, but I remember saying can't remember who it was. It was Mikey, I think. You know Mikey that Rosie Kim?
Yeah.
I remember when I atted him with Megan Good, and I was like, yo, my she's like, what are you saying? And she was like, yo, what? Remember celebrities used to reply sometimes, and she was like, yo, what? And then obviously man just went pudding, and it was too much pressure because she was famous and whatnot. But I remember the good old days when you could actually do that. Like and
they would reply.
Yeah, the celeb would actually interact with you. Do you get what I'm saying? But other than that, man, I don't really use it. I don't really use that for my music. So the main thing would be the Instagram. That's where everything would come from there. And look out, man. I got some good music coming for sure. And if you do want to get involved and you've watched the show and you're a young actor coming up, feel free to get in touch with Biggz or Lauren or anyone from the show, Biggz TV.
I have someone for you, actually, a female.
Okay, perfect.
Is she playing the lover, or just?
We're gonna have a cast that we're gonna need. As I said, I need to have the conversation with the director, and then we're gonna build everything there.
No, I'm asking Lauren, is her brethren who she wants to put forward, is Lauren going to put her forward to play an extra or the counterpart for Phuck Boy?
Me? Asking me?
Yeah, like your brethren?
I'm gonna put her for the top.
Okay.
Top shelf.
Entity off camera. I think I know who I would like to play, Phuck Boy Cassanova, but we'll keep that off camera.
you know who would like to play? I know you.
I don't know if they would play, but I think they'd be a good candidate for the role.
100%.
Wow,
It's been a blessing having this conversation with you.
Thank you for joining us.
Anybody that watches it, you'll get a good feel of it. As soon as the link. I'll get that link over to you from tomorrow, and then we'll just push that, because I'm looking forward to hearing some responses. I think that's where I'm looking forward to that, and I'll keep you posted with the progress of the what's the right word to use, the production, and where we're at with
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the conversation. Our special guest, Entity. Thank you for joining us. My lovely co-host Lauren, myself, Biggz. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, comment to Biggz TV7, and we'll be back soon. All of that.
100%. Love, brother. Good to see you. Bless up.
Oh, thank you.
It's the die of a fuck boy that's being fucked over. Heart turned cold, became iced over. Got feelings deep inside, I won't show it. Fuck being in love or rather be Casanova.